All right. So funding, yeah, this is the number one thing that we all kind of sort of struggle with, because a lot of the times when you want something, the money is always involved. You want your dream to come to life, and then money is involved. You know what I'm saying? But money will always be there and will always be a part of your process and a part of something that you want to greatly achieve. So how I got funding I was really determined to study at AFDA. So there's this funding company called the Northern Cape Premier's Trust Fund, right? So the window for the closing date was really near, right? For the bursary lines to close. And I was like, man, I really need funding. And I understand when you say that you are struggling with funding, AFDA has accepted you and you don't get funding. And then you then you take a gap year because you didn't get funding to go and study at AFDA, which is really unfortunate. But how I got funding was, you really gotta show people that you are really serious. You are serious about getting in. So what you need to do is you need to go the extra mile, because what the people who are in being in power is that they go, this person has a CV, this person has a motivational letter, they have all the documents, but now they want to see who's willing to go the extra mile. And the extra mile comes from who is willing to contact them, who's willing to call, who's willing to send them SMSs, who's willing to send them emails back to back, week after week after week, because you're not the only one who's trying to get funding to make your dreams become a reality. How I got in is that I contacted the Northern Cape Premier's Trust Fund, and it turns out that they were the ones that fund that I got closer to, who would help me to study at AFDA. I was like, yo guys, in my motivational letter, I was like, these are the reasons why I really want to study at AFDA. I don't want to take a gap year. I realized that if I take a gap year, that's a whole year's salary that I would be losing out. So I don't want to take a gap year. So I would really appreciate it if you guys, I'm already accepted at AFDA. I just want to go study. I need to go study. I really want to look after myself and look after my family and then look after my community. So it would really mean a lot if you guys can help me with this, just the system, support me with funding so I can go study it after. And I send them the motivational letter. They send me an email back saying that I should structure that letter in a formal letter. So I did that ASAP. The next day I sent it to them and they read it and they're like, yo, here are the documents, the application forms. I signed the application forms, sign it in. And then what I did, man, I just sent it back to them. And then I prayed, right? I prayed. And then they accepted me, guys. That was the greatest news ever. They accepted me, the Northern Cape Premier's Trust Fund. What happened was, January was closed, right? The time for registration at AFDA. And then I came to Cape Town on faith. I didn't know where I was gonna come and stay, but I got on the bus. I knew that this is what I wanted to do. Got on the bus, and then I came to Cape Town, right? And then I had to contact them back, say, yo guys, I need like a registration, like a proof of payment, proof of you guys are gonna fund me, contact them. And then they sent me the proof of payment, registration. And so I registered it after, and I got in, and that's how I got in, right? That's how I got funding. So now you're going, I'm gonna leave the links down below if you want to download like the documents of all the different fundings that you need to get to. But you have the NFVF. If you want to apply at the NFVF, you need to at least do, because I applied at the NFVF as well for funding. Guys, I applied at most of these fundings that are out there. Some of them, they're like, no, I don't fit the criteria. No, didn't do well. No, like stuff like that. And I was like, I kept pushing, I kept applying. And then if you want to get funding from the NFVF, you gotta do like producing. I would also put that in the link right now. You gotta do producing, directing. I said I want to do live performance, acting. And it's like, nope, you don't fit the criteria because we don't fund actors, we don't fund live performance. So I was like, bad luck, because I would have really appreciated a stipend every month. You know what I'm saying? So You really gotta look at this documentaries, look at the structure, how it's structured, and be on their neck. Be on their neck. Contact them, email them, SMS them, do whatever it is. Even go to them in physical form and say, guys, I really want to do this. You got to invest in your dream if you want to. And I'm gonna tell you what investing in my dream looks like in the next episode. I'm in debt because of my dream, because I took that leap of faith and that risk. I took that risk, and now I'm in debt. 200,000 rand I have to pay off. But that I will explain in the next video, right? If you really want to do this, if you really want to come to AFDA, there's a couple of things that you need to sacrifice in your life, a couple of things that you need to put away, a couple of behaviors that you need to put together, and a couple of manners that you need to get yourself to get to the next level. Because coming from high school, going into a university is a whole different level. It's gonna require a different you, a new you. You gotta see life in a different perspective right now, right? It's spiritual. It gets really spiritual, right? I'm gonna explain it in the next episode. And this is, man, study at AFDA. If you wanna come here, I'm sharing my experience with you on how I got to where I got to. I'll see you in the next episode.